Okay, believe it or not, it's nearly midday in the Highlands of Scotland and it's like it never even bothered to wake up today. It's just overcast and just miserable, really, to be honest. So, good day to come out and fly something a little bit different. This is the JJRC H60. It's called the Cross. I really like the design of this. You get a gravity sensor control with it, or you can fly it on your phone via an app. But the actual quad itself, I really like the look of. Comes with a proprietary 380 milliamp hour single cell battery, and you charge it up with a USB connector into there, and I'll show you all that when we get back in the studio at the end. Connects up into there. It's a bit tight in and out, to be perfectly honest, just the way it is, but it's not going to drop out. The battery's not going to come out, but you'll hear it sort of click in. It really does click into position there. Got a small lens here. It's obviously just like a little selfie drone that you carry around. I love the design that you pop it in your pocket or a bag just as is, and the lens does tilt as well, so it's got a little tilt action on it there. It sort of clicks into position, but I think most people probably just keep it level, but it does tilt, which is quite handy. Now, the sort of unique style on this thing is it actually rotates like that, and then it becomes a cross, obviously, as I say, which is really nice. I like that. It's all protected in there, sort of thing. It is a flimsy style of plastic, which you would expect at this sort of level, to be honest. The prop guards are built in as well. It's not really a ducted fan because it's not really got much area there and not very close to the blades, but it's a good design. I like the look of the design. I haven't flown it yet, but I will give it a quick go. I'm going to fly it both ways. I hope I should fly it on the centre one, and I haven't flown one of these for absolutely ages. They came out and they were on virtually every quad I was reviewing, and then all of a sudden they just sort of disappeared off the planet. So, but they're back, obviously, or perhaps they'll be running in the background. I've just not paid a lot of attention to them. This is a sensor one, like I say, so a geo sensor. So to roll the quad, let's just show you. So the quad, this is the front of the quad with the camera there, so it's facing forward. If we roll this to the right, it rolls to the right, rolls to the left. If we pitch it forward, push it forward, sorry, it pitches the quad forward, pitches it back, and that's with the orientation of the actual quad itself. That's with the quad in normal position. So if it's facing towards you and you pitch this forward, obviously the quad's going to come forward and then roll and go backwards, and your roll that way is obviously going to send it that way and that way. But that is proper flying. That's, you know, you're flying from the pilot's perspective, basically. And this one here is, press that, it starts the motors. Give it a bit of throttle, which is this one here is your throttle, so push that and it goes up. It's got altitude hold, so as soon as we let go it comes back to center stick, and it will hold altitude. It won't hold position, so it will drift around, or slightest breeze will push it. Pull this down, it will take the throttle off. If we push this to the right, it rotates round to the right like this, and if we push it to the left, it rotates round to the left like that. We've got our on-off on the side. It takes 2 AAA batteries in it. We've got 3 speed settings, and I'll show you those when we get up. I'll show you everything when we get going, but just to run through so you understand it all. We can calibrate the gyro on it, and I'll show you how we do that in a second with that one. We've got headless mode here with this one, and then we can turn the lights on and off with this one, and then we've got an emergency stop. Press that, hold it for a second or so, and it will just literally drop out of the sky. To land it, you can press this again and it will just come in to land, or you can just take the throttle off and it does exactly the same. So with this one, we can turn on the quad first of all. We get lovely flashing LEDs, they really are quite nice. Pop on the transmitter, you get a beep off there, and as you can see, it's gone down to a slower pulse, and then we go up and down on the throttle, and then it becomes solid on the actual LED, so we're ready to go. I'm not going to bother with using the FPV because you'd obviously be flying with this and you could hold the phone in your hand if you wanted to. I'm just literally going to have a play with it and see how I get on. So to calibrate it, like I say, we simply just make sure it's not rocking around like that, make sure it's on somewhere stable. There we go. And then just hold this down. We get flashing LEDs for a couple of seconds. That calibrates the gyro, so we're all ready to go. So hey, wish me luck. So I'm going to pop this, it starts the motors, as you see. Forward, give it a bit of throttle and then forward, and there we go. That's it. So as you can see, as I explained, there we go. The control is literally a gyro control, so whatever you do with this will do it. So it'll go at angles as well. And then, like I say, we can rotate it round, point it back towards us. It's a nice flyer, I like it. A little bit noisy, I'd say, but never mind. But very nice. And easily flyable. Yeah. Hey, cool stuff. And obviously you can do all the things. You can have it rotating, turning and descending and ascending and everything else. We're going to pop the speeds up. There we go, so that's in second rates. Not too anxious, but pretty cool. I like it. Does take a little bit of getting used to sort of doing it all in one hand. This hand sort of feels really redundant, so I suppose you could hold the FPV camera here if you wanted to. Going to pop that up. You can hear it there, hopefully. It's really quiet on the actual transmitter itself. There we go, and that's at full pitch in high rates. It's nice. Range, are we bothered about range on something like this, really? Let's give it a go anyway. Well, it's way over 30 meters there, so that's absolutely fine. I can't really see the LEDs, to be honest. So. I'm going to turn it around to face towards me. There we go. Yeah, those LEDs, they look pretty, but they're not that useful. It's not really that sort of quad, to be honest. It's very easy to fly. Very nice and easy to fly. There we turn the lights off. There we go. So it makes it even harder to see. But the LEDs really work well when you're above it. You've got the auto land, like I say, just simply press that and it'll come into land. And just give it some throttle and you can cancel back out of that. The other way of landing is just literally take the throttle off, and once it's finished descending, which I've had this on other models, they sort of get a bit bored. There we go, and it'll eventually kill it, sort of thing. Start. And you can do a sort of hand launch as you saw there, just sort of lob it out the way. We've got that headless mode I wanted to show you, didn't I? Well, not really, but I'll show it to you. Not really one of my favourite headless modes if you know the channel, so just going to click that on. We should get flashing LEDs. Yep, we have. So now forward is, I can't remember what way I bound it up. There's always forwards, backwards, right and left, and it doesn't matter what orientation the quad's in, so I've just turned it right the way around, and it's still forward is over there, backwards is here. Sorry, that was me. So I didn't give it enough elevation. So I suppose it's good to learn with. I don't know. I never learned that way. I much prefer actually flying normally. But like I say, this thing is actually quite good fun. Love it. Like I say, it's been ages since I've flown one of these. You're new to flying, I think it does make this hand feel very redundant. You just sort of wind up putting it in your pocket, chilling out with it. It is a nice flyer though. I seem to be doing sort of massive great movements. I'm so used to the sticks, so you just do little tiny movements. It's cool, like it. Oh, and then we've got the auto stop is the only thing I didn't show you. So literally just hold that, press that one, let me just hold it level. There we go. It's literally touch it and it will just kill the motors. So let's have a go with the app, shall we? Now the quad will have set up a Wi-Fi hotspot, and what I'm going to do is actually just turn off the transmitter, and that will lose our signal. There we go. There we go. So we've got flashing LEDs warning us that it's not connected to anything. If you lost signal between the two, if you went too far, or your batteries were dead on this would just literally drop to the ground, by the way. The quad will have set up a Wi-Fi hotspot. We're just going to log on to it. I haven't actually had a play with this one at all indoors, so I'm going to log on for the first time. Go into your connections, into Wi-Fi, and then you've got UAV with some numbers behind. And that's us connected up. You'll get a warning probably that it's got no internet access. This doesn't use up any data roaming, and it doesn't need any other Wi-Fi hotspots around it, as you can see. There's the warning that we haven't got internet access. And then we're into the JJRC app. You've got all your settings in here, but I've done a full video on basically how to use this app, and I'll put a link down in the description for you. Connect up, and that's us live. So. Actually, I've seen worse cameras than that, to be honest. These things always amaze me when they're such a novelty with the sort of twist in action and everything. They actually seem to do quite a reasonable job. It's certainly good fun flying it on there, that's for sure. And then we turn this on, because it's an altitude hold model, we put this on. Like I said, I'm not going to run through everything on the app. I'll just run through as we fly it. And then we're ready to go. You can calibrate it down here, so like we did before, just press this, keep it on somewhere level, and then it will calibrate it. You can reverse your screen round, split screen and everything else, and you've got headless mode in here as well. So, and you can fly this on your gyro on your phone actually, but it's not actually as good fun as this. I really like this thing. It's just a bit different, I think. So I'm going to start the video this time, and then what I'm going to do is just do the auto takeoff. Is that going to, oh no, it does an auto takeoff on this one. Oh, that's really unusual. Huh. That's strange. It just primes the motor, same as we did. Well, I suppose the same as we did on the actual transmitter there. So you've got the same things again. So your yaw just turns it around like that. This is your throttle, so up and down. And you can set this if you wanted to. You could set this for right-hand throttle and everything. I don't know if this one will actually do. Well, it's very lethargic. Oh, and we've got flashing LEDs, so we're actually running low on power. That's a shame. Let me just pop it up into 60%, see how we get on with that. I'll charge the battery up and come out and do another flight with it. I actually prefer this. Oh, that's literally it. Oh, well, I just have to go and charge the battery up when I say, oh well. Okay, so I've got a fresh battery. It does auto reconnect on my one, on my phone. I don't know if it will do on yours. And then we're up and away again. LEDs still flashing until you turn the controls on. And as I said before, we can do exactly the same thing again. Let's start that video. So this is in low rates. That's up into intermediate rates. And that's in high rates. Doesn't make an awful lot of difference on the yaw, but usually, yeah, this makes a hell of a difference on the pitch, which is quite normal. So that's in high rates, down into low rates. You can see virtually at a snail's pace. If you had the slightest breeze, I wouldn't even say we've got much of a breeze here, it is going to blow that. There we go. You can see how the altitude hold works. Just literally blew some air across it, and of course it thought the pressure had changed. So that's in low rates. Intermediate rates. Oh, there we go. You can see it nice and easy there, and that's in high rates. I'm not even going to try and keep up with that. Man of my age running. Next I'll be wearing Lycra. So range, actually, yeah, the FPV's just frozen out again. I mean, it does happen on these, the little ones. It's 30 metres if you're lucky, I suppose. Actually, the FPV's not bad. I mean, for what it is, a little toy, it's working okay. Oh, actually, it's working pretty good, actually, to be fair. So this is a quick range test with it. I'm just going to run it over the garden there. So let's just see when we do actually drop out. And also, it's dependent on your phone, the environment you're in as well. It's just starting to freeze up just a tiny bit. It's just over 20 metres there, and we're just getting to our 30 metre point, which is actually that willow tree over there. Yeah, we're just about locking out there. But it's connected back up again, or it didn't actually lose signal fully either. That was pretty good. Right, let me show you some of the other things this does. So we can actually fly it on our gyro on the phone as well. So if I press this one here, and tilt that. Oh, it's not going to do it. Oh, on every other app I've ever had, that puts the gyro on. We're getting no gyro effect at all. Obviously because your actual controller works with a gyro. And of course you could hold this and FPV it as well. So, oh, yeah. The other things you got in here, and the other things you got here is you've got a sort of waypoint thing, which is you do that with it and it flies off somewhere. I never ever understand these, but it will literally just do, you know, what you give it a command to do, but it doesn't remember it. It doesn't start from the same point or anything like that. So I never really fully understand it. I think this should. Oh no, is that just a trim button? Yeah, that's just our trim still working. On some of the other apps, if you put it in here, you can extend the scale. So that's not working on that one. So that actually shows the trims do work nicely, actually. Can't remember ever setting a trim on one of these used in an app. Can we flip it? Oh, let's just come out of that one. Let's just see if it'll flip. It flips! I didn't realise it would do that. I don't remember it saying that in the instructions, actually. That actually flips quite well, and it certainly gave itself a bit of altitude, didn't it? I was going to say attitude, it probably did as well, so let's just do that again. Yeah, so not touching anything, it goes up and then it drops down. It's not the best flipper in the world. It's a bit of an unusual beastie for flipping, to be perfectly honest. But it does do it. Let's just do a quick selfie. Let's just stop the video for a second. There we go. it's not actually bad for what it is. I really like the design of it. I like the way you sort of fold it up and everything. The yaw's a little bit, there we go. Oh no, it is controllable. Some of them are not controllable at all. There you go. Oh, that's the video, sorry. Let's just do that one again. Yeah, it works pretty good, I think. I'll try that too. No, it's not going to let me. There's definitely no gyro on it at all. So. And also you've got an emergency stop here as well on this one. And just bring it over. So just simply press that one, and that'll just kill it stone dead. That's a good little flyer. That I like it.
Okay, going to run some indoor flight footage that I did in the kitchen, which I flew that on the actual little controller itself, and that was pretty good fun. And then I'll put up some full frame flight footage from the actual quad itself, so you can see the quality. It is a little pinhole camera. It's 720p. It is what it is. Just take a look, see what you think of it. And obviously, it's been fed back to your phone. So as soon as you go out of range, and over about 30 meters, it was freezing up quite a bit. You are going to wind up dropping frames, but I never lost control of it. And the nice thing was it automatically came back on when it came back into range, sort of thing. So yeah, I was quite impressed with that. And with the transmitter, it was a good 30 odd meters as well. But honestly, you're not going to fly this any further away than that. It's not really built for that. Transmitter was good fun. I really liked it. My mate reckons you can fly it much easier if you have it in headless mode, and you can, but then it sort of takes away a bit of the skill and a bit of the fun, actually. You know, when it's coming towards you and you're rolling the wrong way and everything. And I actually thought it was really good fun. I'd forgotten how much fun these things are, and in high rates it wasn't anxious by any means, but it was really good fun. I love this design. Just think it's someone's coming out with something a little bit different. There's probably other ones on the market. I just haven't noticed them. And also the prop guards have held up pretty good. I've had a few bashes with it, haven't lost a prop or anything, and it seems alright, sort of thing. I wouldn't say these prop guards usually do wind up getting broken, but to be honest, if you just took them right off and just flew with the props, I'm sure you'd be fine, because these aren't doing anything as a ducted fan, I'm pretty sure. The battery is getting easier and easier to get in and out, and the charging of the battery is via a little USB adapter here. You simply plug it into there, and then plug that into either a power bank if you're out and about, your laptop, your car, or a mains adapter for a USB. The LED goes off when it's charging, and when it's fully charged you get a little red LED, and then you're ready to go. It took about, it never took longer than an hour, and sometimes it was like 45-50 minutes, something like that, and I was getting 5 minutes virtually every single time I flew it, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, I would say that was pretty good. The app worked really well. I like that. The range worked well on it for what it is, and I actually thought that it was easy to fly on the app as well. But this thing is good fun as well, a little bit different. You get 4 spare props, and bear in mind there's 2 props that are like the normal ones and the 2 upside down props as well, and a little Phillips screwdriver, which is you just have to take that off, take the prop off and replace it. But to be honest, you'd have a bit of a job getting in there and damaging one. Having said that, I can usually damage most things, to be perfectly honest. You've got a set of instructions which is pretty good actually. JJRC have been doing this a long time, and they make them quite simple, all in English, run through everything that I've covered on the review, I hope, and then onto the app, which is the little JJRC app, and I've done a separate video, as I say, on that app, and I'll put a link down in the description for you. So there we go, my battery's all charged up. I'm going to go have another play with this, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.